We live in a world in constant movement. For that, migration not only represents a geographical change, but also weaves a narrative of hope, resilience, and and connection between countries, between societies. And if this is true, then why are we nowadays facing one of the most biggest humanitarian crisis between all of all the times when we are talking about social mobility? My name is Barbara Ramirez, and I'm going to talk about migration. Migration is a process that is intrinsic to human history. Since the centuries ago, this is something that has been necessary to advance as a society. So this is motivated by social affairs, so like economic connections, to family reunion, and sometimes reunification, and sometimes it's also due to escape, to flight from persecution, for war, for all those things that leads people to fear for their life due to their political position, their religion, their ethnicities, and some other things. But and I want to move on to the reasons why I believe this is not being faced with the best way it can be, and this is due to two reasons principal: bad administration and the public opinion. The people is not getting involved in this problem. Okay, going to the first. Just a few weeks ago in Mexico, their center aids, they get to the maximum. They can receive more people, and they have to relocate all the people that have in their aid centers. And well, that's a pretty good example why they are not being good administrated. And well, you may be thinking, well, if they can't be, it's because they don't have the resources. Because, for example, a few years ago during the Syrian crisis, the World Food Program was reduced by 30%, and you say, well, that's because they don't have the resources, they are reducing. And I want to say that that is true, but not at all, because during that crisis too, there was this state, that is Turkey. They said, okay, we can receive like 100,000 migrants, but at the end of the day, they ended up receiving more than 2 million. And that proves that good administration will make you able to provide these people the help they need. And not only that, this is necessary and mandatory. And well, for that I want to say that like 80% of the migrants are currently living in the developing countries. Okay, and now to pass to the second point, that is the people is not getting involved. Just imagine that you are the audience, your opinion matters. Okay, so imagine you wake up in the morning, you have breakfast, you turn on the TV, and you say this breaking news, and your 30,000 of migrants are coming towards the borders. And well, that's what we say, política como noticias amarillas. All those things that. And they are for publicity, for something like that, but this change the way the people see the things, and they feel rejected, they feel invaded. This makes them more this sets this prejudice in their minds to reject all the migrants. And well, that's part. And well, to put an example of how this can be is this organization named Open Arms, that they there were a group of people that they are established and to help people that are crossing the Mediterranean Sea, for people that are moving from the north part of Africa to Europe, that are flying for war, for all these social conflicts that they are facing. And well, they are people just like us, people that decided that they have to do something, and they are currently helping a lot of people. So yes, this is a good example of how we can get involved. And well, also these organizations have been persecuted because they are, some states are willing to put them as a criminal organization because they are moving people from one space to another illegally because they don't want, because to be considered a refugee, you must put a feet on another state. And well, what they do is, well, they are not in our state, they are in the scene. So that's the affair, but sometimes there are some cases that, well, the population pressures the government to accept those people, and they finally have to accept them. So in conclusion, I want to say that migration is a movement, and okay. In conclusion, closing our borders is not the best politic to face this reality. We need to cooperation between all the countries so we can face correctly. We can protect the human rights between all the migrants and also the citizens, so we can all feel secure. And I want to end up with my speech saying that, well, this is a quote that I like it, and this says, it wasn't said by an archaeologist, that said, the very first sign of civilization in human history is not a paper, a rock, something, the scripture, the alphabet, nothing like that. It's when we found a bone that was broken and was healed, because that means that someone has to take care of it, and this is the very first sign of civilization, the kindness between equals.